Did you know that 90% of the world's millionaires invest in real estate? Well, I'm Angel with the Academy Presents Real Estate Investing Rocks, and I'm here to help you if you want to go for your piece of that pie. So, do y'all still have to follow like the accredited versus sophisticated investors rulings?
Only on multifamily. So
Okay.
on our multifamily, you do have to sign an accreditation form. You do not have to be accredited, but the form has to be filled out before we can present the deal to you, and a relationship has to be made. And an accreditation form, like people get like all freaked out, like it's some sort of like hardcore commitment. We're going to come take your money. It's just all it is an expression of interest. That's all it is, and it's pass or play. So you're just saying I'm interested in hearing about your next opportunity. And we're able to tell you like, hey, I have an opportunity coming and here's where it is and here's the numbers and here's the prospectus. And do you want to pass or play? Well, I'll pass. Okay, well then I'll call you on the next one. Or they play, that's all it is. I think that it's very intimidating for people that don't know. And again, they're not asking, they're just, oh, I don't want to fill out a form and be, I said I had 50,000 and I don't want to have to commit that. Well, you don't, it's just an expression of interest. But again, ask the questions.
Yeah. I'm sitting here, I'm trying to think of like all the questions that I've heard. So it's, yeah, I just am blown away by the fact that you can invest in so many different things, all from one retirement account. That just blows me away.
Yeah, absolutely. And you should, I don't let your money just sit there.
Yeah. But I'm also sitting here thinking, I love jewelry, but it has to be arm's length, right? So I can't buy myself jewelry.
Real estate. Okay. Real estate has to be arm's length. I think that when it comes to like art and antiques, obviously you're going to keep that in your house. And it has to be, insured.
Mm-hmm.
The arm's length is only real estate. Why that is, I don't know. I'm not a tax attorney. I don't. But obviously because I really want to get into art. I really would like to own some really nice pieces of art.
And I need to connect you with Jeff Holst. He has like, is it a Picasso in his living room? No. There's a dolly. Actually, I think there is a Picasso. I could be wrong. But I mean, like he's got like real artists like in his living room.
But see, they're in his living room. They're his, right? They're an investment, but they're his in his living room. So the arm's length only pertains to real estate. Now you have to do your own research as to why that is. But
yeah, I don't know how he bought his, but I'm just saying, if you're wanting to get into that, I can connect you with him.
I'm not there yet. Okay, so I still have kids in my house, and I'm not bringing any fancy art, expensive anything in this house. So someday when it won't be long. I'm going to be an empty nester. I'm looking forward to it. Then I'll have the finer things. Then, I still have a couch. It's literally falling apart. And it kills me because I'm like, gosh, we could have a really nice couch. Like, it's not like we can't afford a couch, but it's like, well, the kids will just tear it up. So why bother? So
or the dogs will. Our dog,
yeah.
All of our dogs are gone now because we've been together for a really long time. But one of the dogs, clawed the bottom of the leather couch, tore it up. So I called in like a furniture repair guy. He's like, yeah, I can't do anything for that. So one night I sat down and hand sewed
oh my gosh,
all the little pieces back together.
You are more woman than I. I'd have been like, it's just going to look ghetto until everybody moves out and I'll get my own nice furniture.
Well, it kind of looks like a weird H because there was like two side rips and then across it. And
that's a Pisces sign.
Maybe. And then I tried to like make long stitches so it looks kind of decorative. Actually, no, it totally looks ripped. But
good for you for trying, though. You're far surpassed me in that for sure.
Yeah, but just thinking about the fact that we could like buy watches and jewelry and investments with an account. That's
antique cars. Cool. How fun is that? I'd like to have an antique car, a little convertible, something pink. That'd be fun.
That's awesome. learn so much from doing these things.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my favorite part of doing these weekly episodes. It's like every week I learn something new.
Right. And we all have our own scenarios, so everybody's scenario is different. Everybody's, well, I need to do this with my account, or I need to do that with my account. Go to taxfreefuture.com and schedule a consultation. It'll be me that you speak with. So if you didn't like me, don't schedule a consultation. Or you can call and be like, I couldn't stand you. Give me straight to Tim. I'm okay with that too. Right. So, let's talk about what your investment goals are and what you want. And we're either going to be a good fit for you or we're not. It is $1,500 to sign up, $14.99. I don't know why we just don't make it $1,500, but
odd even pricing.
Yeah, it's so weird to me. I'm like, just charge. Does that dollar really break you? I'll help you make that dollar back. But it's only a one-time administration fee. You get the tax attorney. It's only $175 after that, which basically pays for Tim. There's no transaction fees. We don't take any portion of your profit. And so, if you're not a savvy investor, like we're great for like real estate investors, because we always have a contract that needs to be looked over. We always need our stuff structured, right? Every deal is structured differently. Like, how do I structure these so I'm not paying taxes? That's golden to have a tax attorney that's, you're not paying $120 an hour to have them go over your stuff. But if you're not a real estate investor, you're not a savvy investor, your teacher friends, this probably isn't going to be good for them because they have you're investing for them, right? So you could have your account with Tax Free Future, but they need to have their account somewhere that's probably free because they're not going to benefit from the tax attorney like the actual real estate investors would. So we're not a great fit for everybody, but if you need that tax attorney, you need that help, you need, the mentoring and the education, Mitch Stephen gives his education to our members. Our members, get to join him. And this year, of course, COVID, so we didn't do anything. But Mitch Stephen has lots of events. He has vacations. All of our members get to be a part of that. And how huge is that to get to hang around the gurus? I mean, that's what made our business. Hanging out with the gurus, being friends with the gurus. It made us millionaires. And it made us amazing friends that we love and trust. And if I need anything, I know where to go. So, just feel free to, call for a consultation and just see if we're a fit.
So when someone opens an account, is there like a seasoning period, or are those funds immediately available to disperse?
Well, by immediately, there is like a 2 or 3 week processing time. And we do want to make sure that you have your checking account open at an investor-friendly bank. So it would just depend on that bank, but I don't think so. Like, there's not a 6 months, you can't touch your money. Like, it's the same as if you went to Bank of America and just opened a savings account. Your money's available pretty much right away, unless you wrote a check and then there's a, 3-7 day hold period. But for this, with it just being a transfer, no, I think your money is pretty much available as soon as, it hits the bank.
Cool. So if someone doesn't have a retirement account and they want to start with a self-directed account from the get-go, they can do that too?
We do that too. Absolutely. And so again, it's, what's best for you? Is it an IRA or a 401k? And sometimes I'll make that decision. Somebody will call and I'll say, because I'm just a big believer in 401k. Like, IRAs make me nervous. But then they get on the phone with Tim and Tim's like, you know what? A 401k really isn't best for you. We're going to switch it over to an IRA. So I'm not the end all be all. Okay. So, really, and Tim is. And so anything that I may have put in wrong or, Tim can fix it. That's clean up my messes. So, but there's, again, that concierge service. I'm not, a 401k isn't best for you. An IRA is. An IRA isn't best for you. A 401k is. So we structure that to, your needs and your goals.
So this one's kind of selfish, but How were you able to develop those relationships with top tier people in the space?
God, I seriously, look, I am on such a divine path that if you're not in partnership with me, you're losing out. Okay. Anybody that's in partnership with me, you're all going to be millionaires. Okay. Cause it's just crazy how the doors just opened and against my will. Right. So like the very first guru that we became friends with, my husband, it's my husband's fault. I blame him. Real estate is not my thing. Okay. I just want to be a trophy wife and take care of my kids, take care of my house. Like, I love that. This is my husband and my son's deal, right? But my son, when we first did this full time, was only 21 years old. He had to have, I had to be, kind of the voice and stuff for him. So it just became that I was good at it and I happened to love it. But my husband went to a seminar thing, and I said, don't you dare buy anything. We have invested enough. Don't you dare. And he did. He bought this guru's lease option class, and I was mad. And he's like, you got to meet this guy, Jen. You will love this guy. He's funny. You guys have so close to the same personality. You're going to love it. So I went, and sure enough, holy cow, we hit it off, and we just became fast friends. And we've been together ever since. And it's funny because he was single at the time. He's got an amazing girlfriend now, but he was single. And I said, I'm going to be your plus one to everything. Everywhere you go, everything you do, I'm your plus one. And he did. And he just introduced me to some of the biggest players in the game. And I'm fun and I'm friendly. And, I just became friends with them. And we did business with them, and we proved, we had to prove our worth, and we had to prove our value, and we did that. And doors just keep opening up for us. And so it's just complete God, because I was against it from day one. And I can't tell you how many times I've quit. I'm like, this is crap. Real estate doesn't work. We're going to lose everything. We're going to be bankrupt. I've got to get a job. And I swear the very next day, and I'll have this. So look, I am dramatic. Like, I am temper tantrum on the floor, spoiled. So I have these temper tantrums, right? The very next day, somebody will call us and say, I have a deal, or I need to sell my house, or, can you put my money to work for me? And then I'm just like, man, I threw that fit for nothing.
No, but I hear you though. I think it might have even been last week. And I was just like, I'm just going to get a job. I'm just going to get a job. I don't necessarily want to go back to teaching right now, because that wound is still a little fresh. Mm-hmm. But I was just like, I'm going to get a job. I need to go get a job. And my husband's like, what?
Yeah. Did you hear me when I said I wasn't a good employee? That's legit. Like, I can't come in at 8:00 in the morning. I don't do anything at 8:00 in the morning. Okay. I'm not one of those 4 a.m. rise and shine. I'm super happy, super productive. I ain't doing nothing before 9 a.m. Okay. And dress code, I'm not wearing your scrubs. I'm going to wear what I want to wear. I'm not covering my tattoos up. I'm a terrible employee. I'm going to go when I want to go. I can't deal with your 1 hour lunch break. I need an hour and a half. And I need a nap. So, I'm really a bad employee. And I just think that, girl, don't get a job. Call me. We'll do some stuff together. You can't quit. And that's the thing, is like, I'm such a quitter in my mind. Right. And then I feel so stupid afterwards, because I'm like, that was so unnecessary. But I think that's part of learning and growing and building, though, because now I don't do that anymore as bad.
Well, it's a roller coaster, it's a lot of up and down.
Right.
So
and it's scary. And, I was 6 years as a single mom. It's kind of like post-traumatic stress syndrome a little bit. And I know that's a military thing, and I don't want any of my military people that may watch this to be offended by that. But it really is, because it's hard to break that fear. I want to make sure we have X amount of money in the bank. And if we don't, I would literally freak out. I can't stand to think that my kids would be hungry, or that we would, lose our home or lose our cars, or I just can't. It just, my first and foremost is my family, and it is my job to take care of them. And so if I feel like we're running low on funds, that all that trauma kind of starts to come back and that panic. And luckily we haven't been like that for a long time. But, yeah, we, have partnered with, we have millions in assets and we have portfolios and stuff, but that cash isn't liquid. It's not like I can go to the bank and take out, $1 million of that. Those funds are not available. And so, yeah, it's impressive on paper, but in reality, our bank account is, pretty much the same as anybody else that's, middle class.
We had a pretty good deal come across our plate, and we were like, we don't have that liquidity. And I can, like, people in the space understand when I say, man, that's an awesome deal, but we don't have that liquidity right now. And they get it. But other people are like, what do you mean? You don't have, you don't have $10,000, you don't have $20,000. And we're like, not to use like that right now.
Not if you're smart, because smart people, your money's invested, right? It's growing. You don't have it to go on vacation. That's the difference between wealth building, the people that think wealth and the people that don't. There are a lot of people that think they're wealthy because they have nice cars and they have Apple Watches and they have the newest phone and they have the newest gadget. No, you're broke. Okay. We might not have all the money in the bank or the newest cars or the newest phone. But I bet we're millionaires before you are.
It's a different mindset. Like, I was having a conversation with some of our nannies the other day, and I was like, we don't get a big paycheck at the first of the month. We don't. Mm-hmm. But what we do get is a little more equity in that property. And I saw, like, glazed over eyes. I was like, okay, think of it this way. When you buy a car, every month you personally own a little bit more of that car, right? And she was like, oh yeah, like, same thing. Every month we own a little bit more of that house. And so even though the first of the month doesn't mean we got $10,000 in our pocket, what it does mean is that we've built up a little more equity in that house. And eventually we can do a cash out refi on it mm-hmm. and buy some more.
Exactly. And the great thing about the houses is they appreciate. You can't buy a car and it appreciate unless it is an antique or, a value, but you're not going to the local, Jeep dealership and buying a Jeep and expect it to appreciate. So really you're losing money in that sense, where real estate or antiques or art, you're actually wealth building. And that's just the difference. Are you wealth building, or are you, do you just think you're rich?
Yeah. Well, I think that's a really neat way to look at it. Things versus, items of value. Because a lot of people will think things are valuable, and sometimes they are. But, when you're talking about assets and objects of true value, intrinsic value, they're not just things. So that's that switch from, I've got a bunch of money in my pocket versus I've got a lot of equity built up in these properties that I can then deploy again. And I'm still making money on the original asset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a fun game. It's a fun game to play.
Yeah, that's just wild stuff. Well, I don't want to take up all your time, but this has been really fun and mm-hmm. really amazing and a huge learning experience. Like I said, I learn something new on every episode, and it's really cool to me because I like to learn.
Yeah, and thank you for having me on. And it was, a lot of fun for me too. Like, I am very passionate about what I do and helping others. And so I'd love to be able to share what I do know and, help those that want to be helped. So awesome. Well, I can't wait to meet someday in person. And
Mary says, thank you so much. This was fantastic and so enjoyable.
I know, Mary, you were so sweet to hang in there that whole time. Good for you. Like, we should get participation prizes. Mary, you send me your phone number, girl. I'm going to send you something.
Or I may just get it from her on Saturday and then I can shoot it over to you.
Yeah.
Because I think, Mary, are you going to the event on Saturday? Unless she already, no, she's still on.
Yeah, well, let me know when you have your events, especially if they're live events. I'm so happy to make that trip, and hang out and,
We will have our next virtual summit will be in March. And it usually has a pretty heavy lady lean because that's Women's History Month. And I'm not a huge girl power. I mean, I believe in girl power. I think it's important that we as women band together and be as strong as we can be. But at the same time, I'm not this is probably going to cost me, but I don't think women are equal to men.
I don't disagree. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, which is why we're supposed to work well together, right?
Well, I said that wrong. I think that we're just as valuable as men.
Oh, no, we are. We are more valuable.
Oh, yeah. But there's certain things that are better for women to do and certain things that are easier and better.
But this is such a male-dominated industry. I think that we need to be heard more, because who's doing the deals right now? This isn't my goal to always do the deals. My goal is to retire my husband and have him do the deals, but who's doing the deals right now? Who's retiring who? Right? So I just think that we need to, to band together. We need to speak up. We need to be seen and be heard. We are, we're just as good as the guys, not better. But I need the guys because they're more math oriented, right? And I'm not. So I still need them to check over my calculations and kiss my deals. But other than that, I don't need you.
Oh, Mary says she doesn't know if she's going to get to go on Saturday because she has to do some stuff in her yard.
Yard work.
Someone come in to do a tree. She has to have some tree stuff done. But
well, that's okay, Mary. We'll catch up. I'll find you, girl. I'll find you.
But this was awesome. And just thank you for taking time out of your day to educate the people that are watching this. And hopefully a ton of people get to see it, to get the info out there, because there are so many ways to make your money work for you that
Truly.
We're just not taught. So it's one of my goals to make sure I get it out there for people so that not everybody has to always work paycheck to paycheck.
Right. And it's okay if you do. Some people, they're okay with that, and that's okay too. So, what are your terms? What are your goals? Yeah. Awesome. Well, Angel, it was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to meet you and to be on your show. Thank you so much for the invite, and we'll be in touch soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for being here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and head out. Y'all have a great week. I'll see you next time. And thank you for joining us, for subscribing to our YouTube channel, for listening in on podcasts, whatever it is you're doing to get this information. Thank you for it. And just make sure you give me a good review. But have a great day, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, y'all.